There's a moment, quiet, uncomfortable, undeniable, when you realize that everything you were taught about money might be wrong. That working harder doesn't guarantee wealth. That following the rules doesn't ensure success. That the people who seem to have it all think in a completely different way. This is the mindset gap. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. This video isn't about theory. It's about the shift. The invisible mental leap that turns struggle into strategy, scarcity into systems, and ordinary earners into extraordinary builders of wealth. Because rich people don't just think differently, they think deliberately. And you can too. Let's dive into exactly how rich people think differently, and how to rewire your own mindset to do the same. 1. Rich people focus on outcomes, not effort. Most of us are taught to value effort. Work hard. Show up. Grind. But rich people aren't rewarded for working harder, they're rewarded for creating results. They focus on leverage, outcomes, and return. They ask, what is the impact of this action? Not how much energy does it take? They know effort without direction is just motion. And motion doesn't pay. Results do. 2. Rich people think in systems, not struggles. Broke mindsets react. Rich mindsets design. When something goes wrong, the poor ask, how do I fix this? The rich ask, how do I prevent this from happening again? Systems are the invisible force behind every wealthy life. Automated finances. Streamlined routines. Decision templates. The rich don't rely on willpower. They build environments that create success on autopilot. 3. Rich people delay gratification. The rich know that every dollar spent today is a dollar that can't grow tomorrow. They resist the pressure to impress today in order to own their future tomorrow. While others upgrade cars, phones, wardrobes, the wealthy upgrade assets. They buy time. They wait. Because they know patience isn't passive. It's powerful. 4. Rich people invest in skills before stuff. If they have $1,000, they're not buying a designer bag. They're buying a course, a certification, a coach. Something that multiplies them. Because rich people don't see money as something to spend. They see it as something to deploy. Into themselves. Into opportunities. Into anything that increases future freedom. 5. Rich people ask better questions. Poor mindsets ask, can I afford this? Rich mindsets ask, is this worth it? They ask, what's the ROI? What does this decision cost me in time, freedom, opportunity? The quality of your questions determines the quality of your life. Rich people don't have more answers, they have better questions. 6. Rich people think in decades, not days. They plan for the long haul. They make decisions with their future self in mind. Investments, career moves, relationships, it's all about compounding value. The poor think month to month. The rich think generation to generation. And the sooner you start thinking long term, the faster you escape short-term survival. 7. Rich people see money as a tool, not a trophy. They're not collecting money to show off. They're using it to build leverage. To buy freedom. To create options. Money isn't emotional to them, it's strategic. They don't tie their self-worth to their bank balance. They use money intentionally, not impulsively. 8. Rich people use fear as data, not a stop sign. Everyone feels fear. The difference? The rich use it as a signal. If something scares them, they ask, why? What skill am I missing? What assumption am I making? Fear becomes a prompt, not a prison. And they move forward with curiosity, not avoidance. 9. Rich people focus on ownership over employment. Even if they start with a job, the wealthy always move toward ownership. Of assets. Of equity. Of decisions. They don't just want to work, they want to own. Businesses, real estate, intellectual property. Because they know freedom comes from control. And control comes from ownership. 10. Rich people are relentlessly curious. They read. They ask questions. They take courses. They never stop learning. And they pay to learn faster, because time is more valuable than money. While others binge Netflix, the wealthy binge growth. Not because they're smarter, but because they know knowledge compounds faster than income ever could. So how do you start thinking like the rich? You don't need $1 million to start. You need one decision, to think like someone who values their future more than their feelings. Start asking better questions. Create one system that removes daily friction. Say no to one impulse buy and yes to one skill investment. You don't need to change your whole life today. You just need to change the lens you're looking through. Because once you adopt the mindset of the wealthy, the money will follow. The opportunities will follow. The freedom will follow. And the gap between where you are and where you want to be starts to close. Not because the world changed, but because you did.